What is up, YouTubers, Facebookers, and podcasters? You're not watching The Tonight Show, The Daily Show, The Trevor No-Laughs Show, The Jimmy Kimmel Show, Jimmy Kimmel Show, The Jimmy Ellen Show, The Jimmy Oprah Show, or The Jimmy Fallon Show. You're watching The Right Show. I'm the right host. You're in the right place at the right time. We're on a Wi-Fi connection in a hotel room. So I cannot vouch for it. If it's horrible, I apologize. We're just going to go ahead and have to redo this in the podcast by cleaning up the audio. Podcast comes out in about a week from today. So if you're listening to this on a podcast, just know we did this live from a hotel room in Orange County. We now have 305,000 subscribers coming to us. So let's give them a big thank you for putting my numbers through the roof. Remember, my goal is 1 million, then I'm going to retire. So let's get me there quicker. If you hate me, get all your friends to subscribe. I'll be gone at 1 million. That'll be the old bait and switch. Watch what I do. Where are you, and what time is it in your city? The reason I ask that, we're going on a little late tonight, and that's okay. I'm shooting an amazing show right now. It's like my own late night talk show. I'm going to show you some photos of that in a moment. And it requires me to film for 10 to 11 hours a day, get home late. So we're going on late. But the benefit of going on late, there could be someone in New Zealand going, well, now look at this. I'm going to get there live right now. And then I'm so happy that I've got a Kiwi watching me. So we're going to highlight where you are. We got Seattle in the house, LA. We got Canadians, Little Tokyo, Pensacola, and it's 5:16 p.m. That must be Hawaii. Look at Chicago staying up late just for the KvonComedy TRS Live. Loving you guys. Oregon, take back your state. Invite me for a comedy show, and that's one way of showing the left you are not scared. I had a very interesting thing happen recently. Friends invited me out to a restaurant. They said it's our girlfriend's birthday. I said okay. I showed up, and they brought out a cake. So it was like 8 people around a table. I just met the girl like 5 minutes earlier, and they're like, "Let's sing Happy Birthday." It was the weirdest thing because everybody was like, "Happy birthday, dear," pointing at me. I'm like, I just met the B word. I don't remember her name. You're her 7 friend. Why are her 7 friends pointing at me? And I'm like, Juliana. They're like, it was Julia. I'm like, don't point at me for your friend's birthday. So we need a solution to that. Now, someone told me, Kvon, you could have said, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. So that'll be my go-to. Next time I'm at a social event, singing happy birthday to a random person, and everyone points at me, I'm just going to say happy birthday one more time. That's what's going to happen. That was a negative birthday experience, and then just 4 days later, I had a very positive birthday experience. Someone hired me to perform at their birthday party. Dr. Laguna, the #1 plastic surgeon in the Laguna Beach, Dana Point area, invited me to the home to make everyone laugh. Now, most comedians perform at the local sports bar for some chicken wings and a basket of fries. I'm performing for Dr. Laguna in Dana Point, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. I want you to take a sneak peek at what it looks like to be a comedian for the day. Tell me if you like. To get into this party, you need Range Rover, Range Rover, Range Rover, or if you're lucky, Kia.
That's real money.
Woo, beautiful. Before we make fun of anyone, let's start with
5 stars.
Oh, thank you. Even if you don't watch it.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I was still into it. Isn't that odd? They didn't tell me to wear white to the party. Then I realized why. The valet, the bartenders, and the busboys all wearing black, so I fit right in with the rest of them. But yes, that was really an amazing party. We had edamame. They brought out lamb at some point on the bone, lamb chops or something, lamb kebabs. I don't know what it's called. Then normally my birthday party was at McDonald's in the bounce house, and there was a little chicken nugget platter we had there. So I was jealous of myself to be attending that party. I'm also jealous of myself because I am the new host of a late night show coming soon. For my podcasters, you're not going to be able to see this, so you're going to want to go on to the live cast, and you're going to want to watch this. But this show is so cool. I'm going to share the screen with you so you can get a little look at the background. Look at that. So I get to walk out night after night. I've got these lovely co-hosts, and I'm going to be interviewing people, doing challenges, having fun, and making a complete fool of myself for comedic effect. It's exactly what I love doing, and it's something that I've always thought I would do. I actually always thought one day I would be the host of a talk show. I just had no idea it would be on YouTube. But this show will be on YouTube. Right here I'm interviewing a doctor who is the inventor of Zoom teeth whitening. And I will not reveal whether or not I got a free Zoom teeth whitening as the host of this show, but it was awesome. So I can't wait for you to see that. And when we come back from this little break, I'm going to be telling you about my tour dates, and we're going to start breaking down some hot topics. Stick around. Okay, so the summer tour is taking me to Irvine tomorrow. There's only like 100 tickets left, and that's after they've exceeded what we're allowed to sell. It was supposed to be 200. We sold those out, so we're adding. Thank you very much. I'm going to give you all a little bit for helping me do that. Then Minneapolis, take back your city. I need you to please buy your tickets to Minneapolis. Don't be scared of a part of town. We're going to show up and we're going to make it happen. Then Liberty, Ohio. I have a private event in Chicago. You're not invited, but a beautiful hair salon wants me to perform for their VIP customers. So that'll be a private event. And then DC, and then Laughlin. We just added Laughlin. To entice you and your family to come fully armed and to be sure to fight your way into my show in Minneapolis, we're going to give away 5 free tickets to the first 5 people who email me. First 5 people that email me, and I'm not going to tell you what my email is. You got to look on the screen and figure it out. I wrote it in a secret code. You're going to be able to come to the event, and you are going to be able to laugh for free. But I'm going to give you 1 free ticket, and you bring 3 or 4 friends. I'm not going to give you all 5. Hey, me and my 5 friends want to support. That's not support to take all 5 tickets and bring your 5 friends. Support is, I want to support. I'm buying 4 tickets for my friends, and I'm going to need that free ticket because I'm getting the party started. That's what you're going to do. Otherwise, if you try to just get all the free tickets and don't really support, you are a... If you want to put on your own show, I'm probably not coming to your town. So you can email me on that website right there, info@KvonComedy.com. If you do that, you can put on your own comedy event for, I don't know, 20 people, 40, 400, 4,000. I don't care. Looking at the comments here, people begging me to come to Seattle. I would love to do that. Kvon, come back to Phoenix. Why don't we do that? But all of those cities, you're gonna have to go ahead and put on your own comedy event. Look out, Stephen Kobor. Our show is better than yours. All right, when we come back, it's gonna be time for the comment of the week. This one's fun. Okay. Comment of the week, always a fun thing to do, and this one is great. This one involves Megan Rapinoe. Who remembers that little guy? That little elf from Lord of the Rings, Megan Rapinoe. He is a soccer dude, cannot beat the junior high team, and so this is the comment of the week. I made a whole video about it, several 100,000 views. Megan is complaining that she's not getting paid enough. Well, someone did a fact check. They can go both ways. David Trapla says, Kvon, they have already fact checked Megan on her salary. She gets paid more than the men. It's also why the courts threw their case out. She would not accept the same deal as the men, and she said she wanted guarantee pay. But she still goes around preaching that she's underpaid. Yikes! So there you have it. They offered her the deal that the men got, which is based on eyeballs and how many people like her sport and how many games they play. And Meghan was smart. She knew that was a horrible deal. So she negotiated for a worse payday and now goes to the White House and goes on TV and talks about how we're underpaid. It is quite the switcheroo. So Meghan, you are indeed a...
The who, the her.
Now, for some reason, mainstream media and big corporations love losers. Being a loser is now hot. We see it with LeBronda James. We see it with Colin crap on a dick. We see it with all these athletes, and Meghan wanted some of that victim payday, so she's been complaining. And guess who took the bait? Victoria's Secret has made Meghan Rapinoe their new angel. Okay? Let me repeat, because some of you are like, what? First of all, most of you don't know who Meghan Rapinoe is. Okay. Picture my hairstyle. Make it pink. Pretend I'm a girl. That's her. So, this is what Victoria's Secret thinks is going to entice beautiful women from around the world, curvy women, voluptuous women. They want Meghan Rapinoe to be the new spokesperson. And if you're not watching this, you have to go on youtube.com/KvonComedy and take a look at these new pictures they keep trying to convince us is the new look for beautiful women. Now, I get it, women come in all shapes and sizes, but that doesn't mean all shapes and sizes should be on the cover of an underwear box or a catalog. Shouldn't be on my TV. My goodness. Goodness gracious. A lot of women are writing in, this is truly disgusting. Kvon, they have lost my business. She doesn't need angel wings. She has lats. And that is a yuck. Yeah, finally Victoria has a secret that I'd like them to keep. Now, here's why I don't think Victoria's Secret made the right move. First of all, not a very attractive spokesperson. Not a very nice person. She doesn't really like America. America doesn't like her. She's not good at soccer. The Dallas, Texas 15 and under boys, that means 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old boys beat her. So by her own logic, she should get paid what those men get paid, which is $0, because she cannot beat 13-year-old boys. But they use her. So that's it. She has got that payday. Victoria's Secret. And it's odd to me because she doesn't even wear women's underwear. That's false advertising. Meghan's whole life is false advertising. You know? She doesn't wear the women's underwear. She wears men's whitey tighties. She's also the Subway sandwich spokesperson now. More false advertising. Meghan Rapinoe doesn't even want a foot long in her mouth. The one woman in America who doesn't even want 6 inches. Meghan should be sponsored by places she likes, she frequents. She should be sponsored by a taco shop because she likes to eat tacos. And not even regular, old fish tacos. So if Wahoo wants to get her in, we can make that happen. Let me know in the comments if you agree. We'll be back with more. Wow, you guys must be laughing and loving this because not only are you saying that was disgusting, people are throwing money in the bucket. Build Back Better is 666, says Eddie's World. And David Honsinger says, keep doing what you're doing, Kvon. We're going to keep you, my favorite comedian, afloat during hard times. These super chats are little tips they throw in the bucket if they like the jokes and they like the show. So thank you both. It is that time to go into terms and definitions of the right show, because our show is a little different than those other talk shows, the very boring ones that have never made you laugh. We talk about things they won't. We all know SNL stands for Sorry Not Laughing on this show. We also know that Biden stands for Biggest Idiot Democrats Ever Nominated. So these are the things, but we have new ones this week. Islamaphobia. We know that's a fake word. The reason you know it's fake is because how stupid does this word sound? Christianaphobia. Has the media ever alerted you to any Christianaphobia? Have you ever heard Christianaphobia is going up in your neighborhood? Or Christianaphobia is on the rise? Or Christians are being hunted? No, it doesn't mean it's not happening. It's just a stupid term and word. Only certain people get victim status, and if you are a victim to the mainstream media, they add phobia to your name. So, if you believe in Islamophobia, you have to believe in Christianophobia, or both terms are ridiculous. Put in the comments which one you think it is. Next, we hear all day about white supremacy, but have you ever heard about black supremacy? It seems to make sense. After all, I've looked, although I'm half Persian, fairly Caucasian. Most people don't see me and go, who's that half Persian guy over there? They misgender and misquote me and misethnic me as a white guy. No problem there. But the point is, they don't call me a king or a queen. And I don't think of myself as one of the kings of this world, and I'm a big queen and a princess. But LeBron James always talks about, we are black kings. Go on now, my queen. Calling each other. So that's got to be black supremacy, or it's just calling people really stupid names, filling their head because of their ego. What about homophobia? Homophobia. We hear about that all day long. We never heard about straight white phobia. And trust me, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, they have straight whiteophobia. Every day they're trying to convince you, along with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, that white supremacy is on the rise, racist white hate crimes, the Proud Boys, who are all black, Latino, and a couple of white people, are all white supremacists. I think they have straight whiteophobia because they talk about it like it's so scary, even though it is not a threat in their life. Looking like I've looked my entire life, I have never been offered the opportunity to join any white supremacist group. You would think if white supremacy was all over the U.S., rising up at rapid levels, I would get a knock on my door and anybody would hand me a brochure. It would be like fraternities during rush week. I'd have to pick, there's so many white supremacy groups. They all want me to join. Should I go with this one? I'm not into the outfits. These ones are cool. They just wear polo shirts. So many white supremacists. Sadly, there are no white supremacist groups in America. I've looked white my whole life. Easily a white supremacist would knock on my door and realize I'm half Persian after talking to me and go, sorry buddy, we're going to have to take the invite away from you. We're only doing whites. But it's not even a thing. That's why the left likes fighting it, because it's imaginary. The left will never fight something that's really happening. The kids they keep putting in cages, the border they keep giving mixed messages to, the drug problems in their community, the homelessness, or the rapid rates of theft. These things could be solved. The left wants nothing to do with them. They want to fight white supremacy, earth, wind, and viruses. So there you have it. People are starting to realize that the radical left is full of black supremacists. And that is what is truly on the rise. And the media will just laugh at that. And leftists will giggle and say, oh, wow, black supremacy, that is ridiculous. Because it's actually there. Thank you, Brooke Louie. Kvon, did you see the article where Sunny Hostin, Left View, said that everyone should shun Republicans and white evangelicals? It's like whataboutism, but flipped. I didn't see that. Brooke, thank you for letting me know. I'll have to look into the Left View. I try not to watch The View because I lose brain cells each time I do. So shine on, my kings and queens, my half-Persian kings and queens, because we all kings and queens out here. Let's go to the next phobia. We hear all day about xenophobia, but we never hear about Americaphobia. Now, America has more immigrants than any other country in the world we allow in. So if we're xenophobic, we are the worst xenophobic country in the world. We keep letting huge amounts of immigrants. However, you never hear the term Americaphobia. Leftists are afraid when they go to Europe to put the American flag on their backpack as they yodel all the way through Germany. They told me when I was going there in the college years, I'm going to go to Europe, they're like, put a Canadian patch on your backpack because people treat you nicer. Everyone just hates America. I was like, they probably hate you. I put my American patch and went yodely-dodely all around Switzerland and Germany, yeah, and nobody gave me a hard time. It's just the left has Americaphobia, an irrational fear of their own country. People need to start talking about it. You know terms, you can be more educated as you talk to people, and you can fight back with the radical left. When we come back, we're going to talk about the difference between conservatives and leftists. Put what you think the difference between conservatives and leftists are in the comments, and I'll be sure to highlight the best ones. Here we are. So, the Wi-Fi signal is nice and low. That's how we like it at a hotel. How are my half-Persian kings and queens doing out there? Are we going to be half-Persian supremacists tonight? I think we should. ALH says xenophobia is a fear of foreigners. That's right, ALH, and America does not have that fear. But America does have Americaphobia, where leftists who live here have a fear of their own country. Thank you for pointing that out. I am asking people, what is the difference between conservatives and leftists? Last week we had some great answers. One person said, leftists only care about feelings, conservatives care about facts. And in the past we've heard leftists are full of anger and conservatives are full of love for their family and friends. Well, let's see. Nathaniel Erskine says conservatives protect children, leftists use, abuse, and indoctrinate them. And we see that from Joe Biden and Epstein and Hillary and Bill. They tend to really go after those young girls and visit those islands. Leftists are Democrats and social justice warriors. Conservatives are common sense patriots and alpha male family members with down-to-earth facts. These are all great answers, and I hope you will check out all the comments and keep replying. I'll give you a quick one I found. Conservatives are generally happy and want to conserve resources. That's the name. If they have a little money, they want to conserve it in case someone in their family gets sick. If they have a little property, they want to conserve it for their future generations. Leftists are unhappy, and they want change just to feel like they did something with their lives. We changed everything this year. For the better? Nah, doesn't matter. We changed it. Captain Planet, he's our hero. Fighting ghosts and I'll turn him to a zero. That is their line of thought, and they will change anything for change's sake. I have another thing you should know. The difference between conservatives and leftists is conservatives believe every person in this world has the ability to make something of themselves if they work hard. And leftists truly believe only white people can be successful, and anyone from another country, brown people, black people, do not have a chance in this earth. So we have to tear down all the systems, shake up the box. That way we can start promoting black people, brown people, Hispanics, and give them a chance. A very horrible view that doesn't take anyone's personal work ethic into account. So just remember this famous quote of mine. Nobody is born racist. It is simply taught by the Democrats. When we come back, we're going to have a whole lot of more. Don't leave. Remember, nobody is born leftist. It's simply taught by Democrats. When I say that, you have to understand, are there any racist conservatives out there? Not really. But if you think there are, fine, that's an individual. But Democrats as a whole are completely racist. And if you don't believe me, the leader of the Democrat Party, Joe Biden, choke on, lied, believes that blacks can't get ID. Have you heard him say that in a quote? Or did I just make that up? Biden and his whole party truly believe black people cannot get ID. And that they can't vote properly. So they need lots of ways and lots of extra days and lots of outreach just to figure it out. Biden and his party believe black people can't use computers. Biden and his party believe black people can't get online. They don't know how to get online. They're just not able to figure that out. They believe blacks can't get into school. And there is a new thing called critical racist theory. That's where Democrats teach racism to your kids in the form of changing and helping. And what they teach is that all white people are lucky and privileged, regardless of their income, and all black people are disadvantaged and do not have a shot. And that's called critical racist theory. It's critical you know the Democrats are racist. So their newest thing they've taught is blacks cannot do math properly. So we need to stop asking them to do math. 2 plus 2 equals 4 is strictly a racist concept because it doesn't allow any interpretation. And that's going to get people killed when it gets involved with medicine and science. They believe blacks cannot be on time, and to ask blacks to be on time is one of the most racist things any white privileged person can do because you're not taking their culture into account. Now, Persians aren't known to be on time either, and they are not known to be black. So being on time is either a respect issue or a personal choice. It has nothing to do with your color. It might be your culture, and you might need to shake that in order to improve the rest of your life. But Democrats truly believe blacks are built in with the inability to be on time. Would you call that open-minded or racist? Democrats believe blacks cannot get a job based on their own hard work and merit. So if they see a black person studying to be a scientist, they want to try to put them in a higher level class or push them through a better school than what they qualified for to kind of change things. Change for change's sake, we find that a lot of black students that have been pushed through a affirmative action program fail at Harvard, but would have done quite well at the University of Georgia, Purdue. They would have gone on to be very successful, but ended up dropping out of Yale, Harvard. And now Harvard and Yale realize that, so they just keep lowering the standards and shoving them through to protect everyone, lowering the bar, hurting the nation. They're not doing that in Japan and China. Believe me. They must not be Democrats over there. Next, they truly believe blacks cannot get loans. Now, when you fill out a loan, you don't have to disclose your race, your ethnicity. They go based on your credit score, the income in your bank, and what house you're trying to buy, and how many other loans you have out there. Then you qualify, and that's the home you should get into. Those bank rules kind of protect you, the purchaser, from getting in over your head. So stringent loan regulations keep you out of trouble if you plan right and you save your money correctly and you invest in the proper home. In 2004, 5, 6, 7, to not be racist, the Clinton policy went into full effect where they lowered the standards for everyone. No money down homes. Let's get everyone in a home. Housing bubble created. Do you know what happened in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12? Just trying to help everybody. We were just trying to help. 6 words Democrats say that ruin lives. After that 2008 housing bubble crashed, all those people lost their homes. All because we were just trying to help. So now you know, time to dispel another myth right after this break. I am going through the comments very quickly. People are saying all those homes defaulted, the bubble burst, Obama had a lot to do with that, and the Big Short. Absolutely. Everybody trying to help and causing a lot of damage along the way. And who had to rescue those banks in the long run? The taxpayers. So we keep paying and punishing ourselves the more we vote incorrectly. Big question we keep hearing more than a year later. You might remember about a year ago, Donald Trump said, eventually this virus is going away. You know it's going away, right? We're not going to live this way forever. It's going away. It might be this year, it might be Easter. I hope it's Easter, I don't know. But it's eventually going away. You know that, right? It's going away. It will go away. And the left said, oh my God, it's not going away. It's never going away. He doesn't know science. And here we are a year later. Our fake president is not wearing a mask during Zoom calls anymore. Oh, magically in June. 10 months later, it's gone. You think it's a coincidence that 11 months after he said it's going to go away, it went away? And by the way, it went away like a month ago. Now, I'm not saying there's no virus anymore, but nobody's acting like it. People are like acting relieved. So glad I can do comedy shows again. Let's hope this never happens again. Thank you, Biden. You people who are thanking this administration for the virus going away, you're like those Stockholm Syndrome people who've fallen in love with your abuser. You know they're the ones who put you in the box and locked the door and fed you bologna under the little slit in the door. And now they finally open the box and let you out for a little, and you're like, I'm yours, I love you, thank you, I'll do anything for you. You guys are very useful idiots. But one thing Donald Trump never said is that you should be able to drink bleach or inject Lysol into your bloodstream. I want to know how many people heard him say that in the comments. I would love to know how many people heard. I swear, Kvon, I heard Trump say to just drink Lysol and drink bleach. He said drink bleach, dude. I'm still having arguments with this. It's been fact-checked. The full transcript's been released. But people have a memory where they want to hear something that was never said. They want to hear it so bad because CNN kept repeating it. Even a guy as stupid as Joe Biden keeps repeating that lie a year later. Hey, that's the guy who said to drink bleach. Fake politician smile. I am so glad nobody heard drink bleach on my fans. And if you heard drink bleach, I'm going to let you get red pilled here, or I'm going to ask you to just never follow me again. Because if you heard a guy said drink bleach, then I'm going to now play the clip, and then I'm going to read the transcript, and you will see the word bleach is never said. In a medical terminology, if we're going to disinfect the blood, that does not mean we're going to pour bleach into your blood. Disinfectant could be ozone. It could be dialysis. It could be penicillin. These are disinfecting your body. The problem is most Americans, their only terminology that uses disinfect that they've ever been familiar with, they've never been in the medical field like me, the only terminology they've ever related to disinfectant is what they clean their toilet with. And so when you laugh, he said disinfectant. It means you just clean toilets, dude. You're laughing at the wrong part. And there's no bigger sign of stupidity than when someone laughs at the wrong part of a story or a joke. Educate yourself. Here we go. Now, here's where Trump can actually lose a point. Remember when he did that press conference and he said to drink bleach and then inject Lysol into your veins? We all heard it. Watch the tape.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light.
UV light is already used as a germ killer. It's what's behind the cleaning power of this hospital robot. But conventional UV light can penetrate and damage the skin and also cause cataracts. This type of UV light, called far UVC, can't get past the top layer of the skin.
And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way.
And the treatment itself involves the application of colored light to the skin with an instrument that resembles a simple pen light.
And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
You know what the thyroid is comprised of or should be comprised of? Iodine. It's an iodine sponge. Now, if you have iodine here, every 17 minutes it goes through the filter and the iodine, you know what iodine does, right? It's disinfectant. I call it the chlorine of the swimming pool. It will disinfect your blood every 17 minutes.
Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. I hope people enjoy the sun. And if it has an impact, that's great.
They've looked at patients that have died and their vitamin D levels. And basically, like in the Philippines, you know, people that for like every standard deviation increase in vitamin D levels, serum vitamin D levels, the people were 8 times less likely to have a severe form of COVID-19. And they were 20 times less likely to have critical form of COVID-19.
Whoa.
70% of the U.S. population has insufficient vitamin D levels.
I would like you to speak to the medical doctors to see if there's any way that you can apply light and heat to cure, if you could. And maybe you can, maybe you can't. Again, I say maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not a doctor.
I guess he didn't quite say that. Who thought he said bleach?
This is the same man
It's
who
all
told
set
you,
up.
maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it.
Chris Cuomo's wife, Christina, who along with her husband and 14-year-old son contracted COVID-19, says she's been taking bleach baths. She says it's part of the Cuomo's Corona protocol. Christina Cuomo says that she adds a half a cup of Clorox to her bath water.
What a mess. What a complete mess. When half the country is so stupid that when Trump said maybe there's a disinfectant we can put into the body, and maybe you can, maybe you can't, but you'll look into that. And then Biden gets up and talks to his loser followers going, here's a guy who said you could put bleach in your arm and inject yourself with bleach. So some of you just watched that whole thing, and you still think you heard the word bleach, or you don't understand that the word disinfectant is an actual medical term, which it is. Disinfectant is a medical term that doesn't always mean bleach. Now, bleach is a household disinfectant, yes, but is every single disinfectant bleach? That's the question. Bleach is a disinfectant, yes. So does that mean every disinfectant in the world is bleach? Put it in the comments. Let me know how smart my fans are. That's what we want to know. I'm going to show you guys my screen, and I hope this works. I don't know if I can show it, but I think I am showing it. So here we go. I will read it to you fully so that there is no misinterpretation. And if you hear the word bleach, let me know. Here we go. A question that probably some of you are thinking of, and you're totally into that world, which I find to be very interesting. So suppose we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just a powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way, and I think you're going to test that. That sounds very interesting, am I right? And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that? By the way, something like that means something like that. Not, we could take that bleach and put it. No. And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in 1 minute. And is there a way we could do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because it gets in the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light and the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful. And like I said, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but we'll look into that. Okay. Where did you hear me say the word bleach? Because that was the exact quote. I read the transcript to you. Did I say bleach anywhere in there? No. And did Trump in any place say, here's what you need to do. I'm going to give medical advice now. Forget the doctors. Listen to me, because I know. Take the disinfectant, not just any disinfectant, not a medical disinfectant, not ozone, not light therapy. I'm talking go under your toilet. Okay, open the drawers. Hopefully you have some bleach. I know I do. I've got this bleach, big bottle, one of the biggest you can get, Costco size. Take the bleach. Get a syringe. This is what you need to do. Shut up, doctor. I'm talking. Get the bleach. Put the syringe, okay? Put it in your own wrist and inject it. There it goes. Oh, I'm doing it here. This is my medical advice. Believe me, that will work. That is what Joe Biden heard. And, surprisingly, Joe Biden's dog is now dead. I guarantee he's like, come here, you. I don't want you to get corona. I heard what the president said. Here, Biden and Obama told me this. Okay, come here. And his dog is dead. I believe Joe Biden injected his own dog with bleach. He is just stupid enough that that's what he heard. He's the kind of guy who would do it. I can't prove it. It is just something that I'm predicting. Find out for yourself. Start the hashtag, Joe Biden injected his dog with bleach. We'll be right back with a comedy clip. Yes, indeed. Someone said, Kvon, was that the actual transcript? I said, yes. I cannot make up these sentences. This is the actual transcript. A lot of people saying Joe Biden is that dumb he would inject himself and his dog with bleach. And, of course, Jill Biden is Joe Biden's doctor. And I bet she and Kamala are trying to inject each other with bleach because those two completely hate each other. Now, this has been a little bit too deep of an episode, but I am so sick of re-explaining to radical leftists. And if you believe Trump said inject yourself with bleach, that is my medical opinion, you are a radical leftist. Sadly, there's so many of you that you think you're kind of just mainstream in the middle. But you're a useful idiot, a low information voter, low IQ, and a radical leftist portraying yourself as mainstream. So that's why I had to go back into this a year later. I shouldn't need to. A comedian shouldn't be... CNN should have broken this down for their stupid viewers. MSNBC hee-haw should have let them know. But unfortunately, the only people getting this is several thousand people at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday night from a comedian's hilarious news channel. So let's switch it up. Let's do a little comedy. A couple years ago today, I was on Last Comic Standing with Keenan Ivory Wayans, Norm Macdonald, and Roseanne. I've been famous for a very long time doing comedy. I did not want to get into the news, but unfortunately I'm better than them. So let's harken back to a simpler time. Enjoy my Last Comic Standing reel.
Last Comic Standing.
There's nobody in this competition who's not worthy of being here. So it's going to be hard to pick who can move forward.
It's tough being single as a guy because we know the rule is the man should pay for dinner. I think that's the tradition, how it's been, how it always should be. The man should pay for dinner. But I also think it's time for a compromise, ladies. Start with hooking up, end with dinner. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. You rock the house, we eat wherever you want. You end up at a fast food restaurant, you know what you did wrong for next time. I think that's fair.
Just damn funny, no matter what you do.
I go to a nightclub, I'm not kidding. I have an accent to go with it. Because women like that. You walk up, hi, how are you? What you are doing? What you are doing? It sounds like I'm going to take them to a far off place. Because my regular voice, let's face it, kind of boring, kind of nasally. I sound like Owen Wilson most of the time. That's not going to impress a woman, especially if I'm yelling in a nightclub. I get even worse. Like, hey, what's going on? We should hang out sometime if you're available.
Be like a big movie star, comedian.
Oh, my goodness.
I loved it.
Keenan, it's coming down to you. Which one of us is better looking?
I'm going to have to go with Kvon.
You've just ruined your credibility with the audience.
I don't think so. I think the ladies were clapping for Kvon.
One more time for Kvon, everybody.
I miss the old days. That's when you could just tell jokes, be hilarious, and stop being lied to 24/7. I'm going to bring that back whether they want to or not. Hey, thank you for watching Truth Through Comedy, where I, Kvon, wake America up with laughter. We have no corporate sponsors, no big brands. It's just us bringing justice to the truth. One-time donations can be made on GoFundMe.com/KvonComedy. That's how you throw a little tip in the bucket and say, hey, I really liked that last clip I saw. You can even leave a note for me so I know which clip you saw that encouraged you to tip your favorite comedian. You can also join me on Patreon or Locals. And if you don't have any of those, PayPal.me/TasteGod, CashApp, $KvonComedy, or Venmo at KVON-KVON. Thanks for watching my late night live, and I hope to see you next week at a random time to make you laugh. Bye. Oh, there's one thing I do that most people don't. I'm going to now keep playing an outro video and highlight your comments. So keep commenting and yours will go on the screen.
Please hang up and try again.